What's going on, Solid Steppers? What's up, Take the Titans? This is Miss Ward coming to you from 20 East, headed toward Panama City, going to take care of one of my customers. I'm doing something I don't like to do, but I'm doing it because business is business. Going to take care of a customer that's available only after 5. I already got my apprentice on. We're going to intersect there. He's on the way from Marcone with parts. Gonna knock this out real quick, make this quick 1200. That's what we do. But anyway, I was just talking to my boy EJ. Shout out to my boy hanging out in Kentucky, Mister from my brother from another Mister, and having a great day. A lot of reflections, people. A lot of reflections. So let's talk about the subject today. Man, let me tell you something. I got a subject for you every day. I'm here to tell you, and I'm gonna try to keep it PG, but we all know how hard that is for Miss Ward. Let's talk about support systems in your life. Um, when it comes to the appliance repair business, I think it's imperative that you not only have a plan and have systems in place, but that you have a really good, strong support system. You know, I'm one of these one-offs where I don't really want to be bothered with nobody. I don't want to answer to nobody. I don't want to explain my ideas to anybody. Like, I'm trifling as it can be sometimes, but I'm very clear about who I am. I know how to clean up and get right, show respect when necessary, and act accordingly. Because I got some home training. My mama did raise me right, regardless of how I act at times. So shout out to Elaine. Appreciate all you do. But the reason why I'm having this conversation is I think support systems are very important. You know, I'm blessed at this point in my life to be involved with someone who helps me to be a better me, and they constantly tell me I help them to be a better them, which I think is kind of cool because, you know, as you mature in life, you understand that your time is valuable. You heard my rant video where I was talking about people wasting my time and trying me, you know, trying to make that trifling move. Player can't play a player. I tell them that all the time because at the end of the day, life is too short for the drama. So let's talk about support systems. Let's start with your CSR. Those of you that have CSRs, and we're going to break this down in 2 parts. Treat your CSRs with respect and train them accordingly. People don't know what you need if you don't train and explain to them and teach them. I was just reviewing some standard SOPs from Geo. This guy is so anal about those SOPs. He don't know. I'm about to copy him. Shoot. But the reality is his ultimate goal is to build out franchises. I respect that. And it's so funny to me because he's in my round cert table. But what's so funny to me is that I am connected to people who are doing phenomenal things in their business. And I applaud them. This is what I mean about support systems. He came to me for me to critique it. And I'm like, dude, this look good to me. You know, but at the end of the day, I appreciate the respect. But I'm also supporting him in his growth because that's what real friends and real support systems look like. So getting back to the CSR is that if you have a CSR, do not be abusing the CSR because the CSR is not an appliance tech. A lot of them don't have appliance background. So I think it's important the way you start the relationship is the way you go end the relationship. I'm going to flip this real quick because the sun is in my face and I'm sure y'all tired of looking at it because I'm tired of looking at that too. So hopefully it's still playing good. All right, so the CSR is so important because your CSR will make and break your business. The way he or she schedules your appointments, the information that they pull and extract from the client. It's very important that you document. You need model numbers. You need serial numbers. You need model numbers so you can pull out the right technical information and any technical bulletins or anything that's going to help you solve the problem and fix the appliance in an expeditious manner, to price everything properly. Also, you'll be able to check and see if parts are available. See, all this goes, like when I'm talking to coaching my students, one of the biggest things I'm on them is streamlining your processes. So the more people you add into your business, the more well-defined the structures and the explanations and the standards of operations have to be. So with your CSR, he or she should know how to, number one, answer the phone with a proper greeting at all times. We don't want to hear kids, dogs, and stuff barking in the background. That's a quick way to get fired from me, because you let me call you and I hear something going on. We got a problem. Because if I'm going to hire CSR, you're going to be paid enough to where none of that should be happening. Because I'm very clear. I pay for what I want. See, a lot of y'all out here trying to get the hookup and get a dirt cheap CSR or somebody, a friend, to do it, then get mad when your customers don't want to deal with you because the person answering the phone is ignorant. They don't have protocol. They don't take the business seriously because it's just a quick bag. I'm telling y'all what I know. So choose wisely, train properly. And then that's one less thing. Because, like, I was listening to Mike Carson, and he was talking about how he's been able to grow his business by delegating and training properly, and training people up to the point where they can do these jobs and leaving them alone. And I think that people have to be very clear about that. When you are building a team, people like, I can't find help. Well, are you good help? Like, it's a whole situation. Because I am anal about everything I do. I'm not trying to micromanage people, but I also don't want you coming up here messing up my brand. So if you're dealing with a CSR, it is your responsibility to train that CSR by the book and to correct them along the way, because they're going to run into issues. They don't understand how the choices they make affect the bottom line. When I'm coaching and training people, I give them a 360 view at all times, and then I make sure that they share in the benefits of them doing the right thing. For instance, that I believe in what you call spiffs for jobs, and for and bonuses and things of that nature. A lot of other people don't, but I believe, like, you got to give people incentives. You also have to make sure that it's a great place to work. The one thing about the CSR can make your business or piss off your customers. The CSR, do you know how difficult that job is? Like a real CSR takes the information from the customer, listen to stuff they don't want to listen to, make the customer feel welcoming and appreciated before you even step into the house. They show how professional your company is. Like, prime example, what's that company? The Neighborly Company? Neighborly people, the Neighborly Company is, what's the word I'm looking for? The Neighborly Company. You call any of those guys, companies, anybody in that Neighborly Company umbrella, the way those phones answer is the key to their dang business. Those ladies and gentlemen answer their phone like they life depended on it, and they're always pleasant and courteous, and they are trained that way. That's a whole situation. And that's how your CSRs have to be trained. So say you don't have a CSR, then you need to make sure your software is AI friendly, meaning that the artificial intelligence that you are utilizing, yes, that means not you, because it ain't you. It needs to be a system, whether it's House Call Pro, WORKIZ, whatever you choose. It needs to be an automated system to gather information from the customer and to make it flawless. You need to make sure your templates are on point. What do I mean by templates? Templates are the programs that you are using, the cookie cutter programs that greet your customer when the phone rings and gathers the information. You need to make sure your AI is set up in such a way that the bots are communicating with the customer. And when those bots are communicating with the customer, they are gathering all the information. And you have to pay for that. That's what killed me with people. They want to set it and forget it. Then you wonder why the customer is confused. You done set up the program. You haven't even tested the program. You don't even know the responses the bot is telling the customer, because you think it's ready-made. It is not ready-made. One size does not fit all. You got to tweak it to your clientele. If your clientele is high-end and they expect to hear a certain voice and they want certain type of attention or whatever the heck you feel they might need to lock that sale, you better get it in order. If it's something where you're supposed to call back at a certain time, you better have stop points along the day when you are checking those messages and you are responding. Let me explain something to you about my business. People do not wait in my business. My customers all know me by name. They know when I respond, and they have been trained. Yes, they have been trained, because I trained my customers by the way I service them. They know I'm going to be on time. They know I'm going to communicate. They know how articulate I am when it comes to explaining what's going on with the appliance and what we're doing, when the parts will be in. They get notifications at all times because I document everything because I don't have time for the okie doke. But that's how I set up my business from the beginning. And when I first got into appliance repair, the thing that separated me, away from everybody else was the way I ran my back end and the business aspect and how I communicated with customers. This is why I've been getting 5 stars from the time I hit the market, no matter what state I am, because I'm on it. But I hold myself accountable. And if I don't hold me accountable, how am I hold anybody else accountable? So with that said, that's your CSR game. I got to go because people blowing up my phone. Love y'all. Thanks for subscribing. And let's go get this bag.